Good evening. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, this is a real deal chat with Neil. I want to welcome you. For those of you who know this thing, I'm just about to let me just go live here and forward it so everybody knows that I am available. Let me just put that ever I'm available. Dating life over 40. That's today's show. Dating life over 40. I'm just inviting everybody to come in and join. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a real deal chat with Neil. You know how I am, you know who I am. I want to welcome you if this is your first time here. Welcome. If it's your second time here, welcome. If this is your third or fourth time here, well, welcome, welcome. You got a little extra welcome from me because I really appreciate you. Let me just make certain that everything is on here and that I am live. Just want to make certain I'm on and live. And there we go. We're live. We're live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. I think the camera is set up all right. I think you guys can see me okay. Okay. This is a real deal chat with Neil. Oh, man. I think I have stuff in my eye. Ah, okay. So, welcome to another episode of A Real Deal Chat with Neil. I am Neil, the real deal, and I want to thank you for joining us today on our show. Okay? Because you could be anywhere in the world, you choose to be here, and I'm hoping you're here for a good reason, and that is to be entertained, educated, and inspired by what I have to say and what I have to share. Okay? I want to thank all the supporters, all the people who have been on here and have always, supported me, always forwarded, my content. I have a few people that are always on, always trying to support me. Number one, of course, is my beautiful, most spectacular wife, Anna. I want to thank you for always being my greatest supporter and my biggest fan. She's always there for me when I need her, and I can always depend on her for the unvarnished truth. So I appreciate that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and thank you for joining us for a real deal chat with Neil. Let me get into some um, house rules. We always have to have our house rules. But before I do that, let me do my pledge. I do my pledge every day of my show. If you watch my show, you know that I do this every time I do the show. I have to do a pledge to my viewers and those who are watching. And so the pledge goes like this: I am human. I am a human being. I am not better nor smarter nor greater than any other human being on earth. I am just a man. One with all the frailties and flaws like all human beings on the planet. I have never had a perfect life, but I have been fortunate to have experiences that mold me and even more fortunate to learn from those experiences. I don't believe it. I don't know everything. I know I don't know everything because I know I don't know everything. However, I am always willing to learn from those who are willing to teach me something. I'm on this journey to be the best version of myself, and part of that journey includes me sharing what I have learned over the years. And my hopes is that you will also embark on this journey with me to be the best version of you. I try to state that pledge every time I do my show. I welcome you. I thank you. I appreciate you. You could be anywhere on this planet. You choose to be here right now with me, and I truly appreciate it. House rules, normal house rules apply. Remember, everything we do right here is about facts and statistics and logic. We don't try to make things up. The exception is not the rule is the rule. So when I state something and I'm sharing something and I bring facts involved, yes, there will be exceptions, but the exception are just exceptions. The rule typically creates the rule that everybody goes by. So I appreciate people always saying, Neil, well, I know that's most people, but there's these people over here. And yes, we have exceptions, but let's stick to the rules and let's stick to the facts. And the facts always, as usual, facts over feelings, facts over feelings, facts over feelings. We do not deal with feelings in every aspect of what I talked about, but feeling has a has its place. But we deal with facts and how we can better each other. Opinion is always welcome. If you want to join me, if you want to share your opinion, if you want to come on live, you're welcome to do so. And just have to link me and reach out to me. But if only if you want to share an opinion that there's no such thing as a bad opinion. They're just misguided opinion and sometimes not based on any facts, but just something that people want to talk about. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with it as long as you can have some pragmatism and some logic behind it, or you at least bring something to the table that you can, back up your opinion with some type of fact, so to speak. Okay. All right. So today's show, before we join it, we have to do our little branding. Let me welcome you to a Real Deal Chat with Neil. And today's show is all about the dating life over 40. There's a lot of us, a lot of my peers. I mean, I'm over 40. I'm 49. And a lot of my peers right now, and people that I know and people I hang out with are over 40. I barely hang out with anyone younger than 40 or even, speak to on occasion. Most of my associates and my friends, even my family that I interact with are over 40. So for that reason, everybody I talk to when I have conversations with, it's about conversations that are 40 and up. It's about dating life. It's about children, sometimes grandchildren. And, a lot of them are a lot of it is about finding that right person. I'm married to a wonderful wife. And a lot of people see our relationship as, I guess, something to look up to. I had somebody tell me the other day that if Nana ever breaks up, you can just forget it. They don't know. They no longer believe in love. I don't see it that way, but I understand it. I appreciate it, and it is a compliment. So when I talk to and meet a lot of people, and they talk about this new life of being single, trying to find this person, find someone new in their life to coexist with. A lot of it has to do with them asking me, well, how can I do this, Neil? You seem to have it well. You seem to have a nice, beautiful wife. You seem to be having everything you want in a relationship. And then I have to explain to them that yes, it is feasible. It is possible to have that life. But are you willing to work and do what's necessary? Because a lot of them, they see what you do. It's like when people see people on the basketball courts and they see it, it looks so easy. People jump shots and all that until you're put in the middle of it. Then you realize, oh shoot, it's a lot of work. It requires a lot of practice. It requires a lot of studying and knowing your craft and trying your best at it. So they see you in a relationship a lot of times and they think it's that easy. Look at them. They make it so easy, Neil. You found your perfect woman, your perfect match. Not realizing the shit is hard. It takes work. Now, the reward itself is worth every single moment that I spend with my wife. But the shit is hard. It is a day in, day out. You put in your best foot forward, smile when you want to cry, bite your tongue when you want to go off. It requires a certain level of discipline that not a lot of people are willing to do. So when they see me and my wife together, they're like, oh, you guys look like the perfect match. You're like the perfect two people that meet each other. Neil, I want to meet somebody like that. The shit is not easy. Bite your tongue when you want to curse. Close your eye, open your eyes when you don't want to see. Swallow shit when you don't want to taste. It's not easy. But if you do exactly what needs to be done and you put the work in, like everything else out there, it is worth the work. And the problem is, again, nobody wants to do the work. It's almost like when people send me things on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, send me $1,000. What could you do with it? Bitcoin. You just put some money in here and or what's it called? The other thing that's big now. Everybody has an answer for easy money and easy work and easy reward, and nobody wants to do the work involved. And then when they see you with the rewards, they think, you're lucky. No, Neil, you're lucky. Look what you found. You found a beautiful woman. You found your perfect match. Really? I didn't find my perfect match. We found each other and we've been working on each other. There's a constant work in progress sign in front of our relationship. Let me say it again. There's a constant work in progress relationship sign. Sometimes even a detour sign for those who are walking through. There's constantly work. Sometimes a detour sign meaning, hey, listen, it's rough work right now. You can't pass through this where me and Anna are closed off right now. You have to go detour somewhere else. Because we're constantly working on our relationship and are constantly trying to be the best, get the best version of ourselves in terms of our relationship. We're constantly working on this. But we appreciate the rewards of it. Because we're now reaping the rewards. And a lot of people in this time and this era, you always say that 7-year itch. We're at that 7-year itch right now, Anna and I. This past October was our 7-year anniversary. And we're here. I can say doing better than ever. And those of you know me, I'm very honest and very straightforward. So if it's not, I'm going to tell you it's not. But once you realize that you have a constant work in progress, you get the results that we have, where people, strangers, would look at us and see us and say, wow, you guys make this shit look easy. And that's what it's required. Most people aren't willing to do that. Remember, I'm just on Facebook, not IG. I'm on Facebook Live. And I hope you guys are joining in because I'm about to get into it. Welcome to A Real Deal Chat with Neil. Yes. Well, welcome back. That was just my promo. I have to play my promo. So let's talk about dating over 40. Dating over 40. See, we're at a certain age. When we're at a certain age, right? We believe, a lot of us, we're in our 40s, we believe that we should operate, think, act, and carry ourselves the same way we were when we were in our 30s and our 20s. Now, we know we're in our 40s. We know we're older. But mentally, you feel like you could do a lot of the same things. You can be the same person. You can act the same way. And a lot of people, especially women, believe that they can draw the same kind of relationships as they did in their 20s and 30s. And there goes the problem with a lot of us who are single in our 40s. It's the reason why a lot of us hit that roadblock when finding someone. And a lot of times I was like, oh, I give up. I choose to be single. The favorite line. Let me just make this very clear. And a lot of people are gonna be upset about what I'm about to say. Because they're not gonna believe, they're gonna think Neil, you're just saying so, or you don't know me, whatever. No. Human nature is usually the same everywhere. So I'm going to say this and say it very loud and clear. If you're in your 40s and your term to describe your possible relationship or possible whatever life status, and your choice is, I choose to be single because that's my choice, I'm going to call bullshit. I'm going to call BS. Whenever I hear somebody who, especially somebody who's has been in a relationship in their past and whatever, whenever they say that, let me fix it by saying this. I don't mean I'm a call BS. I'm going to call your choice to be single because you can't find anyone BS. Typically, whenever I hear somebody say that, it's because they haven't accepted who they are and the choices they've made in their past. So this is the what's left in their wheel of choices. Let me just call it a choice in the wheel of or their box of who they think they are. This is a choice to be single because they don't want to change who they are. They don't want to go to the mirror and say I was the problem in my past relationships. They don't want to work to be better versions of themselves so they can attract the right person. And typically it's women. Women typically are the ones who say, I choose to be single right now. See, what happens is when we get to a certain age, we think that everything that applied in our 20s and our 30s applies in our 40s, and it's just not the case. We should be constantly changing the older we get. We should constantly transitioning to a new skill set the older we get. The older we get, especially if we're single, but even if we're married or in a relationship or whatever the case may be, we should be constantly changing the type of person we are and how we handle things as they come along. A lot of us don't want to do that. A lot of us want to stick to our 20s. Some men, I see some men now still acting like like they're 20 in their early. Some of them are not mature enough to be even for me to even consider friends. And they conduct themselves and carry themselves in a way. Hi, Jackie. Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining. I appreciate you, my friend. So a lot of people, when they get to a certain age, they don't want to transition in this new human being. They truly believe, oh, you know what? I attracted this guy or I attracted this girl when I was in my 20s. So I'm now in my 40s. I can still do the same. And the fact is, no one stays the same. Nothing stays the same. Nothing is ever treated the same or looked at the same as time passes by. Some better, some worse, but nothing ever remains constant. And that's where a lot of people make mistakes when it comes to dating or finding a new mate or trying to get back into the market of dating. Jackie, I'm just kidding. I don't know if you're in that category yet, Jackie, if you're ready for that, but yeah, when we get to a certain age and, we've been through certain things with your kids, your family, your exes and so forth, your past loves, and we're getting back out there, a lot of times, a lot of mistakes that are made is that we think things haven't changed and we're still India, of course. Okay. Anytime you're ready, Jackie, we can discuss that. But yes, I understand and I appreciate you for that. But when we get to that age, and a lot of us know people who are in, I know of quite a few women in their 40s, a lot of guys in their 40s. The guys, well, the guys, not so much, because a lot of times the guys are usually constant. You know what I mean? And when they're ready to settle down, they're ready to settle down. A lot of times, they're chasing skirt back and forth. And it's the thing that I try to do is get women to forego those guys who are not truly ready to settle down, guys who are just stringing you along because you're easily there. A lot of women are like that, and we know a lot of women like that. I know a lot of women right now with men, with boyfriends, and they want to get married. The ladies want to get married. They'll come to me, Neil, can you talk to him, please? You're only my friend, kind of. Can you just, convince him it's time? And I have to look at them. I have to look at them and be honest with them. And I tell them the same thing that I'll tell even my own daughter. He's not marrying you because he needs somebody to talk to him. He's not marrying you because you're not a wife. He doesn't see you as a wife. You're not conducting yourself as a wife. And it's time for you to either conduct yourself as a wife and look for a husband, or accept the status quo and how things are and keep going. But asking me to go speak to someone about proposing, it's ridiculous. You made those choices. You need to live with those choices and make the decision that best suits your life. How are you being seen? Because if you're seen as a wife, he will treat you as such. And he will pursue you as such. And he will not fear, he will fear rather losing you and you being a wife to someone else. So you will bend that knee. Bend that knee. Not call you on the phone, not tell you, all right, let's just get married and done. No. He will publicly acknowledge his commitment to you. And ladies, if they don't do that, it's not real. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If they don't do that, it's not real. I mean, when you get to a certain age, ladies and gentlemen, let's use Serena Williams as an example. When she was in her 30s, in her 20s, Serena is probably fast, she has speed, she has strength, she can do all this stuff and be as great as she is. So when she gets in her 30s now, and in the sporting world, especially tennis, if you're in your teens, you're in your prime. In your 20s, you're a little bit past your prime. When you're in your 20s, when you're in your 30s, oh, you're over the hill. You're considered over the hill. But Serena continued to be great. Why? Because she adjusted. She knows she wasn't as fast as she used to be. So now she had to use what she's learned over the years. She had to use her experience on some of these younger girls. And a lot of you women, it's the same thing. A lot of you don't realize that you're not the same woman that you used to be. So you can't draw the kind of guys that you used to. Stop trying to date men who act like they're 20s, like they're in their 20s. A lot of you women date men that act like they're in their 20s. I noticed that. I'm just being honest. Hello, Miss Nichilon. I believe you're Gigi's sister. It's a pleasure. A lot of these older women are actually trying to attract men. They're in their 40s, but a lot of times these men act like they're in their 30s and 20s. They're not ready for relationships, but you pursue them. And it's typically, a lot of times, it's because it's an habitual thing. And you're so used to it, and it worked for you in your 20s. Now I've gotten a little relationship or have kids or whatever. And then you start pursuing these guys and you believe these guys are right for you, and you start chasing them. See, in your 20s, men with money were throwing it at you. They're trying to have sex with you, and because your dating value at that time was high. I'm going to be honest. Your dating value as a woman goes down the older you get. I know it's hard to believe it, but it does. Doesn't mean that you can't date. When I say dating value, I mean the type of man that you used to want. I don't mean all men. I'm talking about the type of man that you wanted, that you believe you deserve. And I only speak to women mostly because men, it's easy. The problem is women make the wrong decisions with the type of men that they're choosing. And there are a lot of good men of value out there, good men of substance that are being overlooked. Then we're mad and we act crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, is the case. The feelings are hurt. And it's nothing. Listen, I get it. There's some of you who truly believe that you're the same value like you were always. And in your own eyes, nothing is wrong with seeing yourself that way. But we're not talking about how you see yourself, because you're not marrying you. You're not looking for a relationship with just you. You should already know yourself. The first thing you need to realize, and again, I'm going to probably get a lot of bad, probably you're going to say something bad about this, and I get it. It's okay. But I want you to stick with me here. The first thing you have to realize, ladies and gentlemen, when you're over 40, is that you're not that special to the dating world. I mean, life is not fair. You don't get what you want. If you're a woman, there are about 10,000 women trying to compete for that one same guy that you think you deserve. The guy that dresses well, makes a good money. Out there, everybody knows him. Looks like the catch. Maybe look like Shamar Moore or Morris Chestnut. Tall, 6 feet and up. You're competing. And not only are you competing with your own age group, you are also competing with the IG model that pops up with Dr. Miami booty, long lashes, and, the shiny slippers that they wear, the long weaves. That's who you're competing with. The perfect guy I'm talking about. Those guys that you think, oh, I think I'm good. I can get this guy, Neil. So the first thing you have to realize is that you're not that special when it comes to those kind of men. Doesn't mean that you're not special. You're just not special for the kind of guy that you think you deserve. He's not going to see you. And those kind of guys know the type of woman that they want. So we need to, like Nietzsche said earlier, pivot. And how do we pivot to a nice word, by the way? How do we pivot where we are finding the type of mate, the type of spouse, the type of potential and prospect that we deserve? And this is for men and women, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not just talking about women only, because there are some men that haven't gotten, they're not grown yet. And sometimes you have to bring some grown men shit to them and say, bruh, you need to grow up. You want to be a man of substance? Act like a man of substance. Act like a man of substance. Q, big up. You're funny. But there's none like me. Too many times we see other people out in public. We say, oh, wow, look at them. Perfect looking couple. Why can't I get that? I deserve that. Women of this day and age need to be looking for the same thing. The man that they want is looking for. And a lot of times that's not the case. A lot of times we men who are looking for wives don't see you as a wife because you don't carry yourself like a wife. And a lot of times you women who are looking for husbands don't look for men who act like husbands. You look for a man who you think every woman wants. And you are going to win the prize. You're going to compete and you're going to win. You're going to get him. So instead of looking for the husband, you look for the shiny object. And instead of you grown men looking for wives, you look for the shiny object. I say it all the time. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me saying it. I was a husband before I was married. My wife was a wife before she was married. Shit wasn't easy. So when a lot of people see us out there and they're like, you know, see us in social media, see other people in social media, they're like, man, I want a guy just like that, Neil. Neil, you're just different. I want a guy like you, Neil. If they only knew, you don't want a guy like me. Trust me, you don't want a guy like me. You know, I can't tell you how many times I have to tell ladies that all men are just like me. There are a lot of men out there, not all men, most men think like me. Now, all of them act like me, but most men think like me. They all want a good, progressive, functioning relationship. The difference is not all women are like Anna. Just is what it is. So how do you expect to have a husband like that? Well, be a wife. How did I expect to get a wife? I had to act like a husband, which means I didn't go out there and try to be a baller and act like a baller out in public. I wasn't womanizing and slapping and smashing everything, as they call it, that crossed my path. I did not associate myself with those that did not follow the type of character that I wanted to exhibit as a man and a man of substance. So men who walked around and disrespected women, and men who walked around and act like they were Mr. Womanizer of the Year, I did not associate myself with those people. I kept them at arm's length. I conducted myself as a gentleman in public so I can attract the right wife. And a lot of you women, same thing. Over 40, a lot of you want to do this whole, I want to compete with these IG models. I got to wear the skimpiest thing to track him. How do I compete, Neil? Them getting them body do up, as my friend also say. Good up, good up. You don't have to do any of those things. I'm telling you. After you're married and you find your person, your right person, you can do whatever. But I am talking about right now. If you are in search for that relationship that you believe you deserve and it's worth your time and effort, there's a way you can do it. There's a way to do this. There's a way that you can find that right person for you. It's not as hard. It just takes a lot of work. It's not hard they will find you. You just have to work on one thing. You. And a lot of people I'm telling you, a lot of people don't want to do that. This thing that we call relationships is a risk. Okay? Like I said earlier, Anna and I are constantly have this work in progress sign. And if you're in a marriage, you know what I mean. There's always a work in progress sign. So when you walk through, just walk through gently, because you never know what you might walking through. And sometimes we have to put up a detour sign. Just, you can't walk through right now. Me and I are not really in a good best relationship right now. We're not really a talk right now. We're really, don't want to come in for right now. So just take a detour and go around with a little bit. So when you're going through our little journey with us, know that this shit is hard. It's a constant work, constantly building and fixing, and things are breaking and we're trying to fix it back. But when people are looking at it from the outside, they see, wow, you guys look perfect together. You guys are so perfect together. Neil, you guys, how not do it? I mean, even this weekend, Anna and I were out and they were like, boy, you two, I wish I could have a relationship. Oh, not just connect so, or just out and look like so, we're just meant to be together. They all know. Times I had to bite my tongue when bad weather come out. Close my eyes when I want to say what I need to say. That's what relationship is. It's an acknowledgement of who you are first before you know what you're looking for out there. So know who you are. Become that person that you want to be before you find that person. I had to be this person before I found Anna, not after. And even after I found Anna, it required constant work. I'm sorry. I apologize if there's bad connection, Q. I appreciate the info. All right. If if you can't hear me, I'll try to talk a little louder or try to keep the movement to a minimum. Nietzsche says, also understand that sometimes what may seem to be the real issue in hard times may be something else. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, if listen, miscommunication is probably one of our biggest problems in my relationship right now in terms of what Anna says and how I say it, how she accepts it and how I see it, how sometimes I say things that she might not like and she says things that I cannot stand. And then sometimes I just have to shut up and go, okay, she didn't really mean that, but she's upset right now. So I'll let that slide. Sometimes I'll say the sky is blue and I'll be like, what do you mean by the sky blue? What's so blue about it? It's Nikki. I'm sorry, it's Nikki. I'm sorry. I keep saying Nietzsche. I'm sorry. I have a friend named Tucci and they have two C's. Sorry, Nikki. I'm sorry, Nikki. Sorry, Nikki. Um, I'd say something like, the sky is blue. Anna, the sky is blue. And I was like, what's so blue about it? No tell me nothing about a blue sky. The guy not look blue and start arguing. I'm like, but all I said was the sky was, what the hell is going on? I said the sky was blue. The sky is blue, but okay, you never want to hear it. No, that's fine. The work in progress is always, sign is always up. Walk through with care. Again, also look up for the detour sign because sometimes you have to detour around us. But when we're working, we're working. And when people see us together, they think we're the greatest things to slice bread. If they only knew. Anna says, Jackie says it's always a work in progress. Yes. Anna says it's a lot of work, ups and downs, fire. Not easy, but worth fighting for when you, I guess you mean when you find the right partner, the life partner. Yes. And when you're older, it doesn't get any easier because you get this thing called baggage. Yes, this thing called baggage. You see this little baggage thing that people walk around with? They think that they don't have. Listen, I had some women tell me, oh, I'm not going to date any man with no baggage. You're over 40. I don't care what you've been through or what you think you've been through that is so easy. You have baggage too. So baggage is a part of that process. You're going to have to understand that. The number one thing you have to start when you're deciding you want to date now that you're older and that you're out there is that baggage. Hi Tracy, I see that you're now on YouTube, so you might not be able to see the chat on Facebook. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. So yeah, baggage is an ever filling thing that you're going to walk around with once you hit a certain age, and usually 40 and up, especially if you have kids or a previous relationship. It is just part of it. And once you want, one thing that I tell people is this: if you are going to go into a relationship, accept the fact that you are going to have baggage that you're going to have to share, and they're going to bring to the table, so to speak. And Nikki said, as long as it is not a scandal bag. Even that, Nikki, if scandal bag is part of it. Some people, there's some people that walk around with them scandal bag, proudly walk around it and show it off. Proudly walk around and show it off. And listen, it is what it is. As long as you don't make it the topic of your or the main part of your relationship, and you don't make it affect your decisions, I don't have a problem with people bringing the scandal. I don't know what that means by a scandal back, but hey, it is a thing. Yes, it is. It is part of a relationship. Some people go through things. Some people. The one thing I can say is this, ladies and gentlemen: if you're finding that right person, we're gonna get into some tidbit. I mean, the baggage is the first thing. It's one of the things that you. Excuse me. Earlier I said, know who you are. in terms of what you want in a relationship. That's number one. Okay? Know who you are and what you want in a relationship. There's no such thing as perfect. You are not perfect. You are not special. You are just one that somebody wants to have in their life, and they are just somebody that you want in their life. You're going to be special to that person, but in the overall scheme of things, don't walk into this world that you're so special that somebody's going to find you. No, there's work that you need to do. So that's number one. The other number two is baggage, ladies and gentlemen. Baggage comes with you with age. And if you say you don't have baggage, that's a baggage in itself. If you are in your 40s and you tell me, oh, Neil, what are you talking about? My life is good. I took care of all of my past and I don't have any baggage. What? No. Baggage is the fact that you don't think you have any baggage. That could serve us to be a problem. Because what it'll tell me is that, number one, you think you were perfect in your last relationship, marriage, or whatever. You say you never had any issues, you weren't affected by it, but you got divorced. And you're going into a new relationship as somebody who thinks that they are infallible and cannot be wrong and cannot make mistakes. And that right there tells me that you're coming into it with baggage. Know that everyone has baggage. So that way you don't go into this thinking, I am perfect. If you have any little issue, I'm done with you. I'm not even going to give you the time of day. You cannot do that. You have to be as open as you would like someone to be open when it comes to you. Because you're not that perfect. Not that perfect. Oh, yeah. If me and Anna broke up tomorrow, why the amount of baggage I bring some people. If me and you ever break up tomorrow, the amount of baggage when I'm done with them tomorrow, like, hey, I don't think so. You're just too much, too heavy. Plus my past before Anna, jeez. If you only knew. So baggage comes, baggage is anything. And it's not necessarily just bad. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because good sometimes can be baggage. Because what's good to you is not necessarily good to somebody out there. What's good for you might not be something that somebody else wants to deal with. Something great that happens to you that you think, oh, perfect, I'm busy. I'm a CEO of my company and I work 16, 18 hours a day. And you meet this person, you're telling them, oh, yes, I'm a perfect match. I'm hardworking, man or woman. Because if a man approaches you and tells you, ladies, I'm sorry, that he works 18 hours a day and you think he's a catch because he works so hard and he has money, means that he probably won't have time for you. Probably won't put in and invest the time in you. He's probably not ready for a relationship. He's still building. I had one young lady, she's a hard worker. She also works like a good friend of mine. She works like 16 hours a day, literally. And she told me. And she said she started dating this one guy. And the guy really liked her. And the guy, she's like, Neil, can you believe him? He has a nerve to complain about how come he's in trying to meet. We were supposed to meet at 8 o'clock. And him said, I'm not available. You don't know what's the matter for work hard. Well, did you tell him you're going to meet him at 8? Yeah, Neil, but things went over and I have to finish my job. I said, yes, but you made a commitment for a time with him. And he's trying to get to know you. He's trying to get to know you. So, yeah, he has a valid point. Well, I don't need them kind of soft, man. I need a man who's stick around that. He is not soft. If he was soft, he wouldn't even have told you. He would have just kept you there while he's dating the other girl and say, okay, when you have time, we have time. That's a man that cares and wants to get to know you and wants to spend time with you and get to know who you are and whatever. And if you truly say, because she's one of them that came to me and said she can't find a guy. She's one of them that thinks that because she's successful in her business, every man should run her down. And she's not seeing the flaw in the great thing that she says is happening to her, which is her business. And I'm like, you're not ready for a relationship then. Step back. Give him a chance to find somebody who's ready for a relationship. She didn't like that at all. She still says he's soft. Guys are intimidated. Okay, first of all, men are not intimidated by women. Women need to get that out their heads. Men are not. Men just don't want to deal with shit. But we're not intimidated. We're only intimidated by other men. We're intimidated by other men. Yes. We're not intimidated by somebody we're trying to date or somebody we're trying to be with. We just know somebody where we don't want to have to deal with the headache because we see it as a headache. Oh, yeah, she's going to be a headache. But this particular guy wanted to date her, liked her, and saw the value in and all she had to do is, okay, I'm gonna step back from my business for a minute because he might be worth the work. And then we can work together later on as I get to know him and we can start building. He can see that I'll put some time aside for him. But I see men and women say that relationship is super important to them until it requires to them to invest time and effort and work. And then when it doesn't work out, oh my God, nobody's there for me. Nobody, I can't find nobody. And people are there, men and women. So accept that everyone you meet will have baggage and know what yours are. Next one. Your last relationship and your experiences in your past have zero to do with any future person that you're going to date. Any future prospect, anybody that you're going to be with, your last relationship has zero to do with it. I don't care how much you think that, oh, no, Neil, he's a Gemini. That Gemini Monday? No, man. The Cancer Monday? No. It's just like my ex-boyfriend. We can't see it because you're looking for it. Every time you ask him something, his nose flare up. That means I lie, I tell. Let that go. Especially ladies. And I want to bring it up, ladies, because I hear this from ladies more than I hear from men. I do hear from men, though. I do hear men say, yo, the way she knock me, she look remind me of my ex. That's how my ex knock me, and rob me 2 bills and cheat on me, or she lied to me. And I mean, the things that I hear sometimes, I'm like, you haven't even gotten to know the person. You haven't asked them any questions, but you already know exactly who they are because you have some super, secret sense, to prophesy who this person is going to be in your future. Not knowing that this person had an entire life before you and you're in your 40s, they're in their 40s, hopefully, or 50s. So, no. I don't believe in the horoscope thing, too. I don't believe in the, what your first name, your first letter of your first name, first letter, your last name, what that mean. I don't believe in water sign and zodiac horoscope thing. Sorry. We all are individuals and we all have had our experiences. And those experiences have molded us, yes. But you don't use those experiences to define you. No. So if you're in your 40s and you're going to go out and date, let go of the past. I'm not saying don't learn from your past, because there are certain red flags that you need to learn and use and abide with and hold on to. See the red flags for what they are, but do not let them define you and do not let them define your decisions. Let them guide you, but do not let them define you. There's a Jamaican saying, don't use somebody else's fat for frying me. A lot of y'all know that. I will never, ever date a man with the name Andrew. Stop it. Stop it. That should be a great thing for you. You should always, if that happens, listen, Andrew is a common name too, but you had a great man. You have a great man and his memory still lives within you. His name doesn't define him. His greatness does. The legacy he left behind does. The beauty he created for you, in you, does. So any other Andrew won't be the same Andrew. It'll just be an Andrew. No, because it's going to make me sad. It should make you glad that, especially if he treats you well, that the spirit of Andrew is alive in somebody else's. So I understand, and I'm not gonna dispute what you're saying, but there's greatness in you. He's created a beautiful family with you. You're a beautiful, fun-loving person. You know how I feel about you, Jackie. So I'm not even going any further. And you deserve greatness. So the next one, moving on. Know your needs, ladies and gentlemen. Know your needs and make them vocal when the time of commitment presents itself. That is something that I see a lot. A lot. Why didn't you tell him this is what you want in a relationship? Why didn't you tell her that this was super important, boss? Why you wait until an argument when you're in a relationship 1 year down the road to tell her that, hey, I wanted us to continue this dating thing the way we used to date, or this the place we used to go all the time. I wanted us to continue. Well, did you tell her that was important to you? You go ball field every week and play with your brethren. Them. Did you tell her, listen, I do this every week. I know we're in a relationship, but this is part of who I am. I just want you to know this is who I what I like to do. Keeps me healthy, keeps me in good shape just for you, my love. I like when you're dressed that way. It turns me on. When I met you, it was one of the things that I loved about you. I love your smell, how you just look and all that. Can you continue wearing dressing like that? So we can go out and I can see the woman I wanted then. I want her every day after. Did you tell him, listen, you used to send roses. You send roses to me every time I see you, and then we get together. I just want you to know, in our if we're gonna commit to you, you say you want commitment, great. You say what we're doing now with the rose, and you bring me rose, and we'll go to dinner every 2 weeks or every week. I want us to continue doing that. Why do people have conversation about every single thing? Except for what they truly want in a relationship a lot of times. They're just happy to get a commitment. Yeah, me and you there. Yeah, me and you there. Me and your boyfriend and girlfriend. Me and your boyfriend girlfriend. Okay, let's go. Stop. Wait a minute. You know, so that thing that we do behind closed door? But like that still, I want us to continue doing that. No, I hear nothing about, oh no, we're together now. I don't have to do those kind of things. No, you're gonna do that. Because I'm just letting you know. That's what got me. That's how you got me. That's how you locked me in. I'll come home and say, I cook food on the table every time when we're dating. I like that. Come on, 2 weeks after you're together. My other Chipotle and Chick-fil-A and them soon deliver. Who eat soon deliver it. My gone. Me soon come back. Wait a minute. Whoa. 3 months ago, yeah, as a cook and present me with nice meal with pan table and all that. What's up with that? Ensure that what you know is known. Ensure that what you want is known. Make sure that everything you've had before, it is continued. Like my wife says, consistency. One of the things that I tell men, one of my 5 laws for men is stay consistent. It's the last one. It's the reason why I made it the last one of the Marks. Marks. Mark's last one is S, which is stay consistent. Because one of the biggest complaints from a lot of women is that when men start doing things, them get so comfortable just like women, and they stop. Them stop. And then women don't demand it. They stop the romance. Because when a man wants, he's intentional. He shows that he wants, and he send your roses, pop up and leave note by your car, and all text you some love letter, some nice love thing. I mean, I'm a writer. I used to write letters to Anna. I used to like writing notes and all that, leaving our door and all that stuff. Might seem like stalking now, but still. But consistency is super important. So even at this age, stop thinking that guy's gonna know what you want, ladies. Men, tell women exactly what you want. Stop the foolishness about anything. Oh, she should know. I hear that all the time. Well, him should know. Him should know what? Because him should know goes right back to expectations from your last relationship that you expect to be the same now. Him should know. Your last relationship is not your present, and your present is not your last. The approach should be different. That's the next one. Your last relationship is not your present, and your present is not your last. This is a new experience that you're having with a whole new human being. Stop holding what you know or you think you know from your last relationship and expect it to be the same in this one. You're an adult. And adults are not the same no matter where you go, in any kind of relationship, any kind of job, anything. The job you have today and the job you had before, all the people didn't act the same. So we go to this new job, you're not gonna look around and say, everybody better act the same like them act at my last job, because I'm not gonna take any kind of, no man, they better be nice to me because it's me. I'm the new person here at the job, so everybody better be nice to me. It don't work that way. So expect a different type of treatment. And as long as it's reciprocated and you're doing the work involved, expect the same results. You're an adult. The next one. This one is kind of a modern thing, but I'm going to put this out as something that I think is super important. Don't accept text as proper communication when you first meet somebody. I don't give a crap what I want to say. Oh, this is a new modern world, Neil. People have time for that. Nope. Ladies and gentlemen, if you meet somebody in this day and age and you're in your 40s, can't leave that to the millennials and the ones that think it's working. It's not working for them either. Don't let them fool you. That's why a lot of them are so self-absorbed and can't find nobody either. So use what you knew worked when you were in your 20s, when we were in the 90s or whatever, or earlier. That worked for us. Proper communication. I want to hear your voice. You want to hear mine. Speaking is still the most effective way to communicate your true intentions. Do not accept any text that says, hey, would you like to go out to dinner with me? If he's asked by text, you ignore it. And you say, I'm sorry, I can't understand the text. Can you give me a call, please? As if you really like him. And yeah, the lady have to ask, by the way. Man not ask, woman not ask man out. I don't care what it is. You do not chase a man at all. At all. At all, ladies. Do not chase a man. See, women in their 40s, they're a little bolder than they were in their 20s and 30s. So a lot of women nowadays were told, yeah, man, you can't approach, man. You can't talk to them and get. I hear that. I hear some people telling me that, oh, they saw that. Yeah, woman can approach. No, it still applies. Men hunt. Never accept a date by text, by social media, by some, smoke clouds, smoke signals. I don't give a crap. A true man of substance, and if you truly want a man of substance and you truly want his intention known, he will call you and have a conversation with you. It works, and it's called old-fashioned, but it works. Because you can, by somebody's tone in their voice, you can hear the inflections in their voice, how true and sincere and honest they are with you and what they want from you. A man of substance is intentional. If he's interested, he will call. If he doesn't, he's not for you. Don't waste your time. Don't think that he meant something. Don't try to lure him. And do not, by any means, ask him out. That comes to the next one. Give a man every chance to meet you, so he can ask you out. You don't ask him out, You give him every intention to want to ask you out. That's what I meant. Make yourself available. Make your intentions known that you're interested. Don't play the game. Stop the foolishness. Okay? You don't have to be bold. You don't have to walk over to him and see him somewhere and say, hey, I see you looking at me. What's up? You keep staring at me. Why are you looking at me like, why don't you just say something? See, I've seen a woman. I've had a woman ask me out like that out in a club. I had to look at her. She's like, I see you staring at me over there. My girl. I don't know if I cross eye, you think my cross eye, but I was not looking over there. There's a lot of people over there. For some reason, you thought it was you. I didn't tell her that. I'm not that rude, but told her I appreciate it. But no, I'm good. I'm married, or no, I'm not interested. Or no, we can dance if you want to. That's when I was single, of course. But you make yourself when I say you make yourself known, I mean there are ways women to do it. Allow a man to walk over to you. If a man don't walk over to you, do not ask him out. Do not ask him for his number. Let him come to you. If he's not prepared mentally to come over to you, he's not prepared to be with you, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care who it is. Even if him send him brethren over and say, hey, my brethren over there, so still him really like it. That's fine. At least he makes his intention known. Maybe him got burned with a woman last week by approaching her and he don't want to do it. So him send him brethren over and brethren say, yo, that girl a good feel. You know, guys, not every guy have that thing where they can do it, but they will let their intentions known. What you should do, women? Number one advice, take it from a man. This is how we know you're interested. Number one, fix your face. Fix your face, meaning make sure your eyes are smiling. Your mouth don't have to smile, but your eyes have to smile, and you have to be looking at him. But not to stare him down, just look at him. And it goes anywhere. I'm talking about a restaurant, a lounge, the supermarket, whatever it is. If you're interested in somebody, you want to know how interested they are back, you look every 5 seconds or so. Every 10 seconds, you look at him. And you put your face so you don't look like that resting, then call it resting B face. That's number one. Number two, your body language. If you see a guy and you're in stationary position, no matter where you are, restaurant, whatever, you turn to them. Your entire body. They like to say put your body to aim your genital region, your hips, and face him. It does work. People don't know it working, but it does work. Face the person. Even if you're talking to your friend, tell your friend to turn around and you face the person. You just let the person see you. Because that's intentional. You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to rush them, but that's your way of letting them know I'm interested. Your face is over there. You're looking at them. No. Will you be approached by some people who are just not worth your time? Of course. You will. You will. That's part of life. That's how it works. However, you give yourself a fighting chance to get multiple people and decide which one works for you, which one is probably your best fit. But the first thing is always get approached. In our 40s, it's kind of harder because a lot of you, again, are aggressive. You raise children, you deal with a relationship before, you have this little, aggressive nature. So a lot of times you are quick to approach a man. Do not do it. Let him hunt. Plain and simple. Let him hunt. So let me make this clear. If you approach a man, prepare to know that you might just be I'm going to try to be respectable when I say this, but you might just be his semen receptacle. You just might be that one that he calls onto while he's searching and hunting. Sorry, ladies, but that's just how it is. True men who want a woman it's not that we're intimidated. We just look at it as she can't be. How much a man she approach like me like this though? I mean, so much enough man must have slapped this, and that's how we think. I don't care what man tell you. That's how we think when you approach us. How much man should do this too? Wait. Just give it up like that. Come to me and throw yourself to me like that. No. You can always make yourself known that you're interested without approaching us that way. A man of substance with intention don't play that game. We don't. We will approach you. You know why we'll approach you? Here's another thing. When a man wants a relationship, he's ready. he's ready. When a man wants to be in a relationship when he's ready, he's ready. Which means financially he's ready, emotionally he's ready, he knows that he's ready, and he'll approach you like he's ready. Now, if he's not ready and then you approach him, semen receptacle. Just a dump a load and move on to the next person. And then when he can't find her, him come back to you because he knows you chase him down. Drag you along, pull you along, and use you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ladies, but that's just how it is. You're not looking for friends. Don't chase men. You're looking for someone. Let him chase you. Vultures and hyenas typically they like meat that is easy to get. Lions and eagles, they hunt. Do you want a lion and an eagle, or do you want vultures or a hyena and a hyena that just takes anything that's dead and like a thing that out there? Don't act like that. Carry yourself accordingly and let the man chase you. Super important. You can flirt, like Jackie said. You can can do anything else, but let him approach you. It is the way it is done for a million years, and it has not changed. It has not changed. One of the last things, let me leave this with you, is do not give. I know, my over man, I got get mad when I say this now. But ladies and gentlemen, because this is for men too. Do not give it up without. If you truly want to be in a relationship, and again, this is only for those who want to be in a true relationship with the intention of marriage. Now, if you want long-term relationship, that's fine too. But most people, most women, let's be honest, they want to know that they're yours, and they want marriage. They want a man to publicly go on his knees and ask for your hand in marriage. If a man don't do that, it don't exist. It doesn't happen. I'm sorry. If him do it in a private, while him do everything in a public, it doesn't exist. Him already tell you what your intentions are and what you are to him in front of everybody. If he doesn't do it in, when I say public, I don't mean on social media, ladies and gentlemen. I mean in your friends and family, out in the restaurant where people can see. He wants the world to know this is mine. Part of the whole hunt thing is a celebration of the hunt. This is mine. You're not a drag along whenever him have somewhere to go. You're not a hang around when him around him friend and can want to show you off. No. He wants you to know that you're off limits to anybody at your job, at the supermarket, and anywhere in between that you decide to go. So his intention is to marry you. I don't care what it is. Now, if you accept it as what it is, that's fine. I don't have a problem with women and men saying they don't want to have anything more than just a casual relationship. That's fine. Just know that that's what you want and do not accept anything else after. You can't go back 2-3 years later. Boy, I really want to marry, Me change my mind. No, you have to accept it now. You have accepted it this long, so accept it or move on. But you now can't treat him wrong or treat him bad because change your mind. If you change your mind, move on. But you can't accept it for 5-6 years. See a woman together for 5-6 years, and then I come and tell man, oh, you're not gonna marry me someday. Well, did you tell him that that's what you wanted? Did you say from the get go? Well, intention, we're getting there, and it's a year or two now. What's our intention? Because I don't have time. I'm in my 40s and 50s, and my kids are out of the house or they're older, blah, blah, blah. So let me get into this. Do not give it up without doing your homework. That's the next one. Kind of segue into that other part, but do not give it up with men and women. Guys, if you're truly interested in her, find the discipline to just be seductive enough on the first date. Don't push sex. I know we're in our 40s and 50s and we kind of expect it. I'm not going to lie. But don't do it. Don't push sex. Just don't do it. It doesn't work. Cause after sex, I'm gonna care how much man tell you. Because I've been there, man. Gentlemen. I've been there. We have had one night stands after a date, and I'm just not interested anymore. And I know a lot of men who have done that too. Because the first thing we think, what the first thing all the way I think when we're men and we're going on a date with a woman the first time and we have sex. You know what we're thinking. How much first date you go and give it up so easy? Women, that's how men think. No matter them fool you and tell you no fool you. Oh, you're so special. You give it to me the first night. Me know and say, oh no, you're just special. You're one of a kind. And I just felt a connection. No, ladies, BS. If you have sex with us the first night, we believe you have sex with everybody the first night. If we get time to meet you and get time to know you, and then, we'll feel a connection and then it happens, that's different. We're not going to think that way then. Because we can feel the connection. You can't have connection the first date. I know it's very hard, gentlemen, but listen. You'll start out with failure and hurt your own feelings if you do it. If you really like her, touch her hand, stroke her elbow a little bit, show say you're attracted to her. Do not pressure her. Do not invite her over your house. Do not impose and invite yourself over the house. But leave them wanting more. And trust me, I've experienced that. Where I've went on a date and a woman called me and said, my goodness, the way you treated me, Neil, you made me like, oh my God, I wanted more. Or they'll tell a friend who tell me, Lord, you tell me, Neil, my friend said, you just treated her like she's like, oh my God, I want him. I don't even know why. She didn't even know why. Half of them girls I never even date after that, or even wasn't really into me after that. But how I treated them left an impression, and it matters. Be a gentleman always. I'm a gentleman always, but if you truly want a woman, I don't care what you want to do with everybody else, but be a gentleman to that one that you like. And this is very important, gentlemen. Because if she's comfortable, she'll she'll smile when you're holding her hand or trying to touch her hand. If she pull away and she don't want to touch you, then say the night done already. You might as well just move on and eat your food and whatever. But if you truly like her, you tell her your life's goal, even in your 40s. Where you see yourself, what you like to do, travel. You like to go think, oh, you have a business and I'm working on this extra thing. Because you're there. You want her to know that you're secure in yourself, you're secure in your future. So, gentlemen, talk about your goals, talk about your where you see yourself in a year, 5 years, 10 years, and hopefully somebody special is involved. You tell a woman that, trust me, she start envision herself if she like you. You don't have to tell her, say it's her. Just say yes. And in 5 years, when I'm doing this and I have the business running, hopefully I have this special person involved that's doing her thing that can be my partner in life and we can travel together. That's where I see myself. And then you compliment her at least 3 times. Don't overdo it. 3 minimum, 5 maximum. Smile, smell, food. Compliment her smile. I don't care if she have rotten teeth. Compliment her smell. If you really like her, who cares what you smell like? Hopefully she smell good. Always compliment her looks. How she dress. Even if she wear dashiki. Compliment her. Women love compliments. No matter them fool it. It's corny. No, it's not. Bullshit. They love it. Smile, smell, look. And then food after. Meaning, if she's eating, you tell her, say, I like that. That's a good one. Good thing you choose. You know your food. Good, you know what I mean? But smile, smell, look. Compliment our smile. Compliment our look. Whether it's our dress, our hair, beauty, whatever. And then compliment our smell. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean, 1 second. You smell divine. Oh my God. What is that? Okay, I'll make a note of it. That's your favorite? Is that your favorite perfume? I don't know. I mean, if this doesn't work out, at least I know the type of woman, how I want her to smell, and I'll buy that for her. Tell her that. Ask her, I'm going to tell her that enough time. J'adore. Our favorite. That's how you get her going, gentlemen. If you truly like her. Now, ladies, Ladies, all the time, be a lady. Even at your age, in your 40s, and you think, me set now my own ways, Neil. No, you still have to be a lady. Neil, me know I'm about sexuality. Me know what me can do. Nope. Always be a lady. I don't give a damn. I don't want to know why man use, it's because a lot of times you put more out there than he needs to see or want. And then when him take it, and get vexed. Be a lady at all times, especially on the first date. In your 40s, you have a lot, trust me, you have a lot to say. And I don't love say it. A lot of times you don't want to tell them, man, every single thing what happened to you from 1993 till 2022. And man, no need to know all of that. We don't care how much degree you get between then and how hard you have it with your baby father and me stalk you for 3 days and then the other man, Lord me Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Him come and thief my money and deal me never deal with a thieving man like that again. He doesn't want to hear all of that crap. He doesn't care how much money you make. He say, and yo, man, me leaving my buy my new house. Me have a big new house and my new car. Me have 2 cars. Me successful, Me, you know how much thing I got through? I got through hell. And look at me now. I made it. I have 5 degrees, 2 masters and one bachelor's, and some other like take degrees. I'm doing well for myself now. I got it all. Ladies, men don't give a damn about that. Ladies in your 40s, men don't give a damn about that. Stop telling them your damn history. We don't give a damn. You know what we want to know? It's quite simple. First of all, you don't talk sex on the first date. If you're sexual, it's implied how you conduct yourself. Always have a smile on your face. Always accepting of compliments. Even if you kind of find it weird or you don't like it. You'll know by the end of the night whether you want to continue this or not, ladies. But in your 40s, a lot of want to bring too much. Just too much. Want to talk too much. Never tell him how strong you are. He doesn't give a damn about your strength. He don't care about all the strong things you went in the past. He don't give a damn. Men in their 40s especially, men, period, don't give a damn about your strength. You're tough. I'm tough. No man don't want a tough woman. We don't want tough woman. When we have tough meat for cook, what we do? We cook it down until it gets soft. We don't want nothing tough. Stop telling us how strong you are. We don't give a damn about your strength. We want your softness. We want your femininity. We want you to be a lady. Conduct yourself accordingly. We don't give a damn about your degrees. We don't give about the kid. Now you can talk about the love for your kids and what you've learned. Your recreational life, what you like to do for fun. Your home skills. Oh, I go home and sometimes, I go home and I just start cleaning and cooking and I'm like, why am I cleaning and cooking? You know what? I like doing that. Men like hearing that. Because you're setting us up like she's a wife. Oh my God. Sometimes I just want to be alone and have a read book and then sometimes just like have a conversation. But not talk too much. But you want to draw a man in? That's how you draw a man in. And not only you say that, but you act like that. Oh, my house has to be pristine and clean. Yes. Has to be clean. Oh, I can't stand without. Oh. My kitchen, when somebody visits, you have to smell the food aroma. You should smell the aroma coming from it. Men want to know that you're a wife. I don't give a damn if you work 15, 12, 13, 40 hours a week. I don't give a damn. We don't care. Oh, I like to work out and I go out and I just try. I can't. It's hard to keep this weight down, but at least I try. I'm just looking. I wish I had somebody I can work out with more. That's how you turn a man on. That's how you keep him interested because he can envision you now. I just want to travel. Well, some of them can just make memories. Tired of traveling with my girlfriends. Because you can't, you go to Eiffel Tower in Paris. You can't turn to your girlfriend and kiss her like you do somebody you love. You just want to kiss them and take a picture and go, damn, this is what I dreamed of. Girlfriend trip is good, but the one I love, I missed. I would love to have that one day. You don't have to say it's him. Ask him about him. Be interested about him. Tell him about your family, about your friends, but ask him. So, what is the man going to do to turn us on? I just told you that. You don't realize it, but that will turn you on at the end of the night. A man that shows that he has power, that he can provide, that he can protect, and that he's soft enough to compliment you and notice the beauty within you. That man will turn you on. That man will turn you on. Say what you will, I'm telling you, that man will turn you on. Because women are attracted to those three things. Women are attracted to a man that they can see leading, that has his shit together, that knows his future. Because it shows that he's in control. A man that can give her security. Women say, oh, no, can't say what I want to say. But I'm telling you, I've yet to see a man feel like that. A woman say, no, I don't want a man, no, in future, no. And that well grounded in what he wants to do in life and his future and wants to travel and compliments me. Oh my God, he compliment me too much. Me can't, man notice me dress for. Why does he notice what I smell like? I've never heard a woman say that in my life. So I'm sorry, Jackie. If that's what you said, not really, if that's what you're meaning. But that's what he does. Now, what he does after that is between you two. Meaning you can have the conversation. You can have the sex conversation because at that point, it is established that you like each other. Listening to us turns us on. That's what I try to tell us. I don't chat too much. Me just I try to tell you that a while ago. Here we are tell you. Listening to us turns us on. No, if a man listens to you turn on, what's the difference if him gone? What is the difference to you if he's gone? If you tell him everything, and I just told you what I said. Ask him questions. Act like you care about who the man is. And this is how you end up doing your homework, because a lot of times when you ask a man certain things about himself, what he does and what the only person not only for a living, for the future and so forth, is a man. Women are not supposed to be a talk about them future. Unless the man really asks you like what you're doing, whatever. But no. Men don't give a damn what you're doing for the future as long as it involves him. What you're gonna have fun with him, or you're gonna spend time with him. But in terms of business, if a man is asking you too much about money and about how much money you make, run. Ladies, hear me I tell you no, because I love to talk about me. No, a man come use me. Okay, so let me say it again. If a man is asking you about money, how much money you make, or what you have, or what kind of house you have, your house biggie, my girl. What, you got a big house? How much rooms? Come on. How much rooms? You have a car, 2 car? Yeah. Men don't give a damn about those things. If a man give a damn about those things, run. See, every time we want, no, don't listen. And then when these men come around and use, sit around and do nothing but and don't plan with them on their future, don't have any plans with them on their future. Come home every day, play video games, and then go to them brethren and play football. Sit in him little, one little job and say him now do nothing more than that, not even a plan a future with you. And then you get frustrated because you wanted more. You wanted somebody who is inspiring, who is strong, who will come in and say, no, baby, we're going to move up, This is what we're going to do. See, a lot of you older women are so stuck in that mindset that when you get these kind of men and it don't work out in your favor, you get upset. And then we want to take it out on every other man. Talk about all man a dog, all man a this, all man is a waste, him dusty and all this stuff. No, a lot of times men show you who you are. And a lot of times the choices, the type of men you have is the choices that you have made. And a lot of times y'all listen to the wrong people. You listen to your girlfriend and all these people. Really and truly is competing with you out there. Oh, you have to find a man who have enough money. And he doesn't have any other, don't care about no other characteristic about the man. And I think and like, oh, not the only person that gonna get that man, like, not share the man, but you know, I realize that you're sharing him. A man who's truly into you is intentional. He's intentional. He'll call you every time. He'll check on you. Call you on the phone, not just text you. Text you after him get home to make sure you're all right. Hey, I'm home. Do you want to talk? The biggest sign if a man is truly interested in you, after him actually ask you a date and go on a date and him get home and he want to talk, or he keeps texting you, just check see if you want to talk after. That's a sign that he wants more than just sex. If he want to talk and if he come back over, then that's a whole different story. No. But see, I'm telling y'all some of the things that in our fault is what you guys need to look forward to if you're single out there. It is very difficult there. There are men out there that will and have intentions of using you. Because a lot of you women put yourself out there to be used. The one thing I said to myself, and I can attest to this, right? When I was dating Anna, we're going back and forth dating and so forth, and we were doing our thing. When I decided I want to marry her, like she used to have this book where she hide, right? And she used to write all these things in the book. So she never expect me to find the book, you know. Obviously, it had some other things in it, but we're not going here. But in the book, it had her future she wanted to accomplish. And I can say this. With pride. She had about 8 things and I've accomplished 7 of them. And I'm very proud of that because I paid attention. And I made my intention known when I married her that your goals are now mine. And I'm going to somewhat have it intertwined in what I want out of life too. Somehow we're going to make it happen. And it hasn't been an easy road. Like I said, that sign, that work in progress sign, always there. And some of our friends, they know us. So enough time I put up the detour sign while the work in progress go and say, oh, no, can't come through that way. I have to go around. Because detour, things match down now and things not right now. So you guys got to go around. So the work in progress is always there. And the work in progress should always be there in your relationship. If the work in progress is not there, you think you're already there, you probably already failed and don't realize it. So I've accomplished, I'd say 9, 8. I think she had 8 things, 7 things, and I think 7 things. Sorry. And I accomplished 6 of the 7. And I'm proud of that. But the work continues. And we're not perfect. We just did enough to make it work and make it look as perfect as possible. And when some other people see it and it look perfect, that means you're doing your job. I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on another episode of A Real Deal Chat with Neil. I'm here every Monday at 8 p.m. on Facebook Live. I want to thank you for participating. All my friend Jamila, see you on there, Jamil. Jackie, Nikki, Anna, of course. I appreciate you guys so much for helping me. Just participating. I appreciate that. Tracy, I see you. Thank you very much, my lifelong friend. No, you're my friend for life. Sorry, I can't help that one. I want to thank you for joining me and being part of this process. The best I can to make it. Andrew, big up. Sorry, boss. Whoever is there, I did not type, and I appreciate you guys. I'm trying to build this and make this a better forum and a more consistent. Charles McCormick, don't know who that is, but I appreciate whatever. I think he posted something. But I appreciate you guys for participating and giving me this forum to at least listen to. to me. You know what I mean? Whatever you gain out of it, great. I'm not perfect here, but I'm going to share what I have learned. And I'm hoping that what I've learned can change your life or make things at least better for you. And it can make you the best version of yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me on a real deal chat with Neil. I will have IG live after this. Give me a little minute or two. At 10 o'clock, I'll have IG live and we can discuss this one on one. If you want to join on and talk and have a conversation and continue this conversation, join me on IG live. I'll try to do it live on my Facebook at the same time, and we can have a discussion a little further. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night and thank you for joining me again. Peace.